Good evening, everyday leaders. I am Melahni Ake, and I am so excited. Tonight is Thursday. Um, I have some amazing people back March 4th, and it is getting closer to launch date for Chip Baker and his book, Impact of Influence. I am so excited to be able to honor my friend. He has just moved my heart, and he has bringing back more of the authors so that we can read them. So tonight I have Mr. Chip Baker himself, Victor Pisano, Jamal Sylvester, and Charles Woods. And I am super excited for you guys to be able to share your part in this book and really celebrate you because you all are leaders and you have my heart. So welcome to Everyday Leaders Live.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Chip, you know, we met because you asked me to come on your Success Chronicles. And I tell this story all the time. I was really sick. I was suffering with a sinus infection and I almost canceled on you. Almost. And I thought, no, God's telling me you gotta show up, man. This is Chip. And I did, and it just those 20 minutes that I spent with you were the 20 minutes that made me change my life. Seriously. It was powerful. And you were the last show of my first year. You ended up being my 50 of 50. You came and spoke at the leadership conference last year. And we have just had this special connected at birth, but separated bond. I don't know how to explain it, but you've touched my heart and you are such an influencer and an impactor in the world. And I love you. And so I know, Joe. But I really, I just
I
appreciate
love you and Joe. Okay.
you so much. And people that don't know you, I don't know that there's probably anybody in the world that doesn't know you. If they don't, they need to connect to the Success Chronicles and you because you're the real deal. And everything that we do is just from the heart. And so thank you for being here and being a guest and adding so much value to the world.
Oh, thank you, Mel. Just warms my heart to hear those kind words. It's been a great journey and a great ride. Our life moves at the speed of our relationships. You guys have heard me say that before, and all of this is evidence of that. And so the ability to have great relationships, to be blessed to have great relationships, helps us throughout our life. And every person, every author, I think we've all have been so beneficial to one another, and that's what it's all about. It's not about me; it's about what I can do to help you. And so, yes, we had a great session. Interviewed each other, have connected people to other people. Had a great time coming to Indy. Let me tell this funny right quick before we dive in. But I spoke there, and Joe, was the video guy. But I had a little clip. We had a little funny in the speech that I gave, and I could hear him laughing in the background. So yeah, we have a good time, but it's all love, and I'm truly grateful for you guys, and truly grateful for the opportunity to be on your platform. Like, you don't have to do this. Like this is our second time to be on your platform to talk about the book, right?
Mm-hmm.
And like you don't have to do that, and you are. And I don't take it lightly at all. I'm so appreciative, Mel. I truly appreciate it.
Well, you are amazing. And I know the people that are in this book are going to change lives because when you write something down, I was a collaborator in a book project, and I thought, yeah, it's 1,500 words, but it really helped me to say, wow, that validated where I was in my journey. And so it's helped me to start writing my actual book for myself. And this is going to be really powerful. And you've connected me to so many people that are helping me get there. But Chip, you are such an influencer. You're a teacher, you're a coach. You are in Conroe, Texas. So for people that haven't connected to you, and again, I don't know who that would be, but if there are people out there that don't know,
if there's anyone
left, but you have done so much already before you became an author, and this is your third book, right?
Well, this will be my fifth book.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah, this will be number five, and so
Wow.
man, it's just I don't know, just to hear you like just say those things just now. I'm thinking like, man, who is that guy she's talking about? Oh wait, that's me. That's crazy. Like it blows me away that a guy, a little old boy from Hearn, Texas, is been blessed and fortunate to have amazing relationships, one, but be able to be connected to people to help me learn to do some of those things. And I'm just telling you, it blows me away every day.
Mhm, mhm. Well, it's because you show up to add value, and we all just adore you. So I just wanna celebrate you, and I wanted to
Let's
just
go.
speak into that tonight because I think, there's always you say, "Well, maybe you can tell that person the next time." And what you have and I have learned, and Victor and Jamal and Charles, you know, you may not have a next time. And
Come
so
on.
it's really important to me to
Mm,
share my heart, and I'm gonna cry right now.
Yeah, hey,
'Cause I
you're
just
right.
hey,
feel it in my heart.
the
Um,
time is now. One of our co-authors, Coach DP, says, "Love out loud."
Love out loud. That's
That's
right.
it.
right. So, okay. All right. So, I know you guys wanna get started because you have another interview. You guys are busy tonight.
Yes,
And we've got
ma'am.
people joining, but what I'd like for you to do, Chip, tell us about the book, how you were inspired to do this, and tell us about how you took action to get these people rallied around and write The Impact of Influence.
So, it, it it was the idea was brought to me by a guy that has like a publishing company. He's like, man, I follow your stuff, been checking you out. Like, man, you're connected to some great people and doing some pretty cool things. He's like, you ever thought about bringing some of those people together and putting it in a book? And I was like, Hmm, that is a great idea. Yeah, I think we probably should do that. And so, man, I had a conversation with that guy on the phone within an hour or two, had the mock up of the cover. Within a week and a half, I had reached out to the guys, and most of them were like, didn't even give me a chance to finish talking to them on the phone. It was like, yes, let's do it, right? Uh, and before I know it, man, we're about to drop this book March 27th, launch this thing, The Impact of Influence. And so just amazing guys, great guys doing great things for our world. And, John Maxwell, the addition versus multiplication, we all, each of us individually add a great amount of value. But man, coming together, ooh, it's about to be on. you know, uh, I mean, it's about to be really on, Mel. Uh, just the value that we're gonna add coming together and learning and growing together. I mean, and already the book hadn't dropped, but we've grown so much and we're learning so much together. Um, Continuing to build amazing relationships, and I'm excited about the journey.
I am excited for you too because I
Yeah,
know that the people that you surround yourself with have but they are at the same level that you are.
yeah,
They are pouring into their lives. And so with them sharing, their journeys, it's just gonna be one of those powerful books that you gotta get involved in. And I know you're gonna do a book tour all
yeah.
around the country. You're coming to Indianapolis in June, so I can't
Yes.
wait to see you again. But,
Mhm.
it's wonderful, and I celebrate you, and I'm gonna continue to make sure that people get around this because this is gonna be really, really powerful.
Thank you again, Mel. Like you don't know how special that makes us feel because again, like you don't have to do that, but the person that you are, that's what you do with the people that you're around. You're an impact of influence, as well, and so man, just so grateful.
Well Well, tell us who you have with us tonight
Yeah.
because I know the last time we had a big group and I don't know Mr. Charles Woods. I know Victor, and he has an amazing story, and Jamal, you were a
Hmm.
speaker at my event last year too, and man, you have my heart. So, take us around and share
Yeah.
with us your authors. And guys, I want you to share your information in the chat. If you see on the side here, you can put your information, your contact information in the chat so that everybody that's watching this either now or on the replay, this is going to YouTube, LinkedIn, and Facebook, multiple places. And so everyone will be able to connect with you as well.
Awesome. Well, let's get it rolling. We'll start with on my screen, I have Victor, then Charles, then Jamal. So we'll just go in that order and just just have the guys tell you a little bit about them and tell you about their stories, so the audience can get a feel for who they are. And I want to just warn you that these are amazing men, right? And you really need to go follow them and support them and show them some love, because did I say that they're amazing men? Right? So as they begin to tell you about themselves and talk to you and let you know who they are, I would suggest you might want to get your pad and pen out, because it's about to be some gems dropped. And I'm not just saying guys do that. I'm doing that myself. So Victor, you're up, my man.
I'll take that baton from you. So I can cross one thing off my bucket list, because I have always wanted to be on Everyday Leaders. Like,
let's go.
Back in the day, I was like watching Melahni. I was like, you know what? That's the one to do. And you and I even talked about it. I was like, you've got to connect me with Melahni. That's the show I want to be on. So I can drop the mic and I'm done. Like, I'll walk out. So I am pretty close to you, Chip. I'm about 3 hours south. I'm in San Antonio. Met Chip in 2019 through John Gordon and an incredible course that he and I did for a few days up there. And, in typical Chip fashion, he's just like that positivity magnet. You're directed to him. And I don't know if he's ever met a stranger. He comes up, shakes your hand, starts talking, wants to know all about you. And you just have that feeling you're comfortable with him. And we kicked it off immediately, right away. And I think that relationship stemmed from a shared desire to make the world a better place. With his platform, I had Charge Up, which was really focusing on high school and college student athletes, and really focused on leadership and how leadership is a privilege and the obligation they have to pay it forward. And have been blessed speaking to universities across the country, high schools, men's programs, women's programs. And I think I've grown more than the people I've spoken with, because everybody has a unique story. And I've learned that more and more as I've kind of slowed the pace down and invested myself into understanding who a person really is. And my inner circle today is more important than it's ever been. And when Chip talks about influence, I've learned that influence, in my definition, it is a earned, trusted position, but it's also one that you have to put some effort into it. So when I look at influence now, I take it as a compliment if I am able to influence somebody. That's, to me, I'm spreading a gift, and I have an obligation to elicit as much greatness as I can out of people. So this opportunity to partner with Chip, we've done so many podcasts together and videos and just having so much fun. But when he asked this of me, I had to pinch myself, because it was a dream of mine. But, Mel, I was done. I was out of the game with the loss of my wife just 7 months ago. I didn't have the drive, but that's the power of influence. And that's Chip. And the crazy thing is, as much as Chip has influenced me, we've had 3 or 4 of these calls now. Each of these authors, without us even meeting face to face, has already begun to influence me in a certain way that I'm inspired And I got to pinch myself because it's like, I'm with such a great group of people. And I'm going to be in a book with them. Like I tell Chip, as long as I'm not the chapter that doesn't count, if I'm just anywhere inside that book from beginning to end, the company is unreal, Mel. And I'm just blessed. It changed my life. It was a pivot point, absolutely a pivot point.
Well, I want to tell you, I'm so sorry for your loss of Beth. I just, when that happened, I just couldn't believe it. I just couldn't believe it. I know we were scheduled to do a live last year, and Chip texted me and said, "Man, I don't even know how to say this." And I'm like, what do you say to someone that you connect to and that you want to support? And it's like you're just without words. And I've watched you, and you've written, and you've been so spiritual on this journey about celebrating Best Life and really understanding the purpose now for you to celebrate and honor her. And I just, you're amazing. You are amazing. You are a pillar of strength for anyone that has gone through, a loss of someone during COVID or not. Just what you feel and being able to write that and to connect to that spirit. I just, you're going to be a strength for millions of people all over the world, Victor. And so I so appreciate you. I haven't even read what you've written, but I know because I follow you every day, and I know that it is so true and from your heart.
The crazy thing is there was a period of time where it was running through my head like a rerun. Beth has left me. Beth has left me. Beth has left me. And then when this idea that Chip had began, the more I began to put pen to paper, I realized she's not gone anywhere, because just the way I was thinking, just the way I was reframing the narrative, I realized how important it was to carry her legacy. She was a volunteer for so many years, be it CASA, student ministry, Stand By Me programs. She invested her life in others. That was her passion. And it was to her, it was everything. It was complete fulfillment. I then realized I'd be letting her down if I just gave up. And I can't do that, because there are too many people that I spoke to prior to August the 14th that I was setting the example. How do I set the example now? And I got to put the gloves on, and I got to do it every day. And I'm going to laugh some days. I'm going to cry some days. I'm going to be angry some days. But I got to be thankful, because I got 26 years with her. And I would trade those 26 years for anything to have not even have met her. How do I show my gratitude? By influencing.
It's awesome, man.
Love you, man. You've got so much to do in this world. Oh, so sorry.
I appreciate it. I love you. Your notes, your emails, your comments. Again, I mean, we haven't even seen each other face to face, and it's like family. It's like family.
That's how it works. That's how it works, my friend. Well, thank you for sharing tonight. And I just can't wait. I can't wait for you to just share this and it gets out into the world, and that Beth's journey can also continue with you.
Blessed to have Chip in my life. Absolutely 100% blessed to have Chip in my life.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Go.
Hey, what I say is
go get it, baby.
It is. We're all represented. We're all
get it.
Yes, let's go get it.
I just like with Victor, man, just one comment first is just like he said he felt like he wanted to quit. I wasn't gonna let you quit, because I knew and the value that he adds, and he's an amazing writer and communicator of thoughts and feelings, right? Like he's amazing at that, and I knew that, and we've talked about this before, that was something that they had discussed, about him doing those things, and so like it was really passionate for me to be able to support him in this journey. And like I said, I think the beauty of it too is like Vic's story. Everybody has something a broken something that we've grown through in our life, and we're sharing, those things from a vulnerable, from a vulnerable, broken place, But what it's gonna do is there's lots of people out there in our world that will go through some of the things that we've gone through.
Yeah.
Right. And this is going to help them move through that more efficiently and effectively. And I'm going to tell you, man, if we can do it, I don't care who you are, you can too.
And Mel, you know this more than anybody. I think the best leaders are vulnerable leaders. Mm-hmm. And there's something that just stands out. There's a uniqueness to a vulnerable leader. And I see this group that Chip put together, and they all have vulnerabilities. I mean, I know this is just the beginning of a journey. It's a book, but I keep thinking like the Lord of the Rings. This thing's just going to keep going, book after book after book after book.
It is. And you're going to start your own series, right? I mean, that's what happens is you start to own your story, and then you go, okay, it's like that little bird. I've got to be pushed to where this other person sees what you can't see yet. And so as you develop that story and get that confidence, that's what happens. And it's the journey. And it's so amazing when you do it with people that have your heart, and you're just protecting each other to say, it won't hurt. Just keep going, right? Keep going. And I'm going to be right there with you. So that's what it's all about. Yes.
Good deal. Well, let's go to my guy, Mr. Charles Woods.
All right. First of all, I'd like to say thank you, Melanie, for having us on the show tonight. Always grateful for Chip Baker, man. That's my guy. My name is Charles Woods. I'm from Conroe, Texas. I reside right outside of Houston, Texas, in Atascocita. I have had the privilege of working with Chip, Chip, about 6 years. We worked together at Conroe High School. Privilege, man. I got to know Chip on another level by working with him, spending long hours with Chip, man. Great guy. Just like, I listen to what everybody says about Chip, man, and I was lucky enough to live that. I'm lucky enough to live that, because me and Chip have some deep conversations just in 15 minutes, maybe on the way to work in the morning now.
Man, we get devotion. We call it devotion.
We call it devotion, man. So, when Chip Baker calls me, man, and he says whenever I say his whole name, Chip Baker, that means it's really on. When Chip calls me and asks me to do just about anything, man, I'm in. Let's go, Chip. Let's go, man. He's one of the guys.
We say, go get it.
Get it. Go get it.
Go get it, baby.
Go get it. He's one of the guys that give me a call, and there's no doubt, man, I'm aboard, man. I'm on this ride with Chip, man. He's that kind of guy, man. Like I said, I'm very appreciative just to have Chip in my life, man. I don't use that lightly, man. There's not a whole lot of guys that I'll just say, let's go get it. Just like you said, let's go get it, Chip. Let's do it. But when Chip called me to be on this project, man, I was really excited to be on this project. I do have a story, like everybody has a story. Something that I touched on in the book is the importance of surrounding yourself with good people. I was lucky enough as a youth to be able to surround myself with some good gentlemen. We were the same age. We were adolescents, but there was something inside of us that made us kind of watch after each other to make sure we were on the right path. I had parents that both my mom and dad, but they had addiction problems. We might not have lights, water, anything at the house. Like when I got to high school, man, I moved out. I lived with each one of those gentlemen, man. They took care of me, and they didn't have just solid homes either. They were a lot of the single mom homes, mom taking care of them. Mom was just grateful that we had a good group of guys that would look out for each other. So I kind of know that importance of surrounding yourself with good individuals. We could have made choices that made us go a different direction. You know, that was the day and age where people started getting out on the blocks when crack cocaine came out, you know, so that would have been an easy release for us to go choose that path. But we stuck in there. We knew education was the key, and we had athletic ability, and I had a little athletic ability, a little bit. So I kind of figured that would be my key to get out of my situation. So with the guidance of my brothers, I can call those gentlemen my brothers. With the guidance of my brothers and just a little fortitude, it helped me get past that moment and be able to produce for myself and create a life for myself. You know, I'm doing something now that I never imagined that I would be doing, and that's in education. As you know, I said I worked with Chip for 6 years. We both were in special education together, supporting our young scholars to make sure they get what they needed, and we coached as well. Now I'm a principal at a intermediate school. It's 6th through 8th grade, and I get to influence young scholars' lives every day. You know, I'm a positive person. I don't believe in negative. There's no room for negativity in my heart. You know, I know once I cross that threshold of that door every morning, I got to be on 110%. There's no 99.9%. It's 100%. I have to be on for my young scholars every day and my staff. So I live and love through positivity. I preach it. I talk about it. We have our devotions about it in the morning. That's where I thrive, in that positive mindset. There's always a positive to any situation, and that's what I lead with. So influence. Baker started talking about this. Chip started this stuff, and he told me the book would be the impact of influence. Man, I'm on board, man. Let's go get it, man. So I'm just grateful for Chip Baker. I'm grateful to meet all these gentlemen. Like I said, I haven't met anyone in person. There's a couple of guys that's on this book, like Chip, and then Marquise Sneed, who I know personally, but everyone else, man, I've met through this, and it's been a great ride so far, and I know it's just beginning. It's been a great ride, and it's just beginning. So
that's it.
Blessings to all of you.
Is just beginning, and your launch party I put on here is March 27th.
Yes,
so
ma'am.
if you have not heard about this book yet, March 27th is coming up, and you need to get on board, because 12 to 1 Central Time, get on board for this launch party. It's going to be fabulous, and you need to get a copy. One for you, one for those you love, one for those that need improvement. Pass this around your communities. This is
those that don't feel like they need it, but they can get it.
Get it anyway.
Get it anyway.
Go get it on March 27th.
Get it, baby.
It's gonna be bananas.
Man, let's go. Hey, Mel, you know, with Woods, it's crazy. I want to share this a little bit before we jump into Jamal. So he talked about, you know, his chapter and what he wrote about. He mentioned the young man Marquise Sneed that also has a chapter in our book.
Yes.
And Marquise is one of the guys that we coached when we worked together. Mm-hmm. And Woods was his head track coach. They won state in the 4x4. Marquise's junior year and got second in state. His junior year got first his senior year.
Right.
And Woods coached those guys, and I mean that's in the state of Texas, where it's really some really dang good athletes.
Yes, sir.
In the biggest schools, you know, like so it's a huge feat. Mm-hmm. But the really cool thing about it is in Marquise's chapter, he writes about Woods.
Oh yeah, you know, he mentioned that when he was on the program last. So
right. Yes.
Mr. Charles, yes. You're a legend.
Yeah. And so that's the beauty of in the book. We have a guy that's writing about another guy that's in the book. Come on.
That is
great.
So
He's a great young man. Great young
Yes,
man.
he is.
Earned him a scholarship to play college football. Started his freshman year. Great young man. Great.
Don't get no better.
Don't get any better, man. He listens to what you say, and he's gonna learn, and he's gonna dig in. And what's the neat thing too is he's at Conroe High right now, coaching corners and coaching track too. Just the same thing that I did, you know. So
That's amazing.
it's
You know,
pretty
it's
awesome.
all about that one opportunity that you have to speak up. And when you don't use your voice to speak up, you could miss that opportunity to change somebody's life.
Right, right.
And that is the power that you guys are talking about in here. And so to remind people, right, if you feel it in your heart, speak it, say it, take that action and do it, because
Right.
you may miss that opportunity for someone to hear that lesson, right? I
Right.
always teach the lesson, the kids that, you know, the 2-year-olds that are asking why, and you have to keep telling them, don't do that, don't do that, don't do that. Well, at some point, they get it, right? They do get it and they absorb it. And so you are that next person that's really going to connect that story to help somebody go, okay, I get it. That's what I'm supposed to learn. So keep influencing, keep impacting the world, guys. You're just truly amazing.
Thank you, Mel. So we'll get into our next author, Jamal, Mr. Me Too, Sylvester, and he's in Indy where Mel is. And you know, one thing about him is powerful speaker, right? Man, he has some stories, and he has a few degrees too. And, you know, he has a few degrees, and you know, I always love to hear him tell, you know, people about his degrees, because his education has made him who he is.
Mm-hmm.
And so let's go, man. Go get it.
Let's go. First off, thank you again, Mel, for having us. We appreciate you. We love you.
Yes.
Know that the love is reciprocated. And as everyone has said, you know, this virtual thing, we've all had to get used to the virtual thing. But it's something about being with these 16 other men that I feel like I know them. I felt like I knew Chip before I actually met Chip, and it was a year before I actually shook his hand and hugged him. And when you meet people like that who are of like mind and like quality, you have to hold on tight to them because that's special, that's unique, and that's oftentimes hard to find. And so I appreciate you. I appreciate Vic. I appreciate Chip Woods. We ain't met yet, but you my brother. And when we see each other, you'll see what I'm talking about, man, because we're going to have a big old group hug. We're going to all have to bring it in and huddle up.
We got to go.
It's not going to be a quick hug. We're going to stay there a minute. You know, because COVID done interrupted some stuff. So we're going to stay there for a minute. We might drop some tears. But I think as men, I think we owe it to ourselves to express that love and gratification or gratitude towards each other, because that's not seen in our society a lot. And so to see men, not just black men, we got men from all races, and we got creeds and different experiences, man. And to be in a huddle like that, whoever is the photographer, I hope they get the picture, and I hope they get many angles, because it's going to be a powerful picture. And I think that picture is what's going to catapult into book 2. Because that might be the cover of book 2.
So hang on. I got to stop you, Jamal, because if you haven't met Charles yet, Charles, how tall are you?
Ooh, I'm 5'9".
Okay.
Hey, nobody's as tall as Jamal.
Exactly. My favorite picture is Mel and Jamal from the conference last year. Y'all two like this.
I think about that big hug. It's like everybody's going to have to get on a ladder, and then Jamal put arms around everybody.
Yeah, he's just going to grab us all. What he's going to do?
I'll come down to y'all.
I like that.
I'll come down to y'all. I ain't gonna make y'all go out y'all way. I'm gonna come down to y'all because I probably need your love more than anybody. So I'm gonna come get it.
Let's go.
Yeah. So my name is Jamal, Mr. Me Too, Sylvester. As we talk about the book, I'll tell you what the Mr. Me Too means. But I'm a former professional athlete. I'm an ex-knucklehead. That's EX. I'm a certified youth specialist. I'm a speaker. And now, thanks to my brother, Chip Baker, I'm author. This opportunity, it snuck up on me, but I think it was accidentally on purpose, because I've been in the process of completing my own book. And Chip knew that, and he knew that COVID gave me an uppercut and kind of knocked me out for the count. But he gave me some smelling sauce, and it's called Impact to Influence. And he said, "Come on, bro, I need you to write a chapter, in this book." And what it's done for me is rejuvenated. It's given me the passion, the creativity to go on and complete my book. And the chapter that I wrote in this book is kind of a segue into my book. And so be on the lookout, keep the pressure on me like Chip did. So I need that. I'm a pressure guy. I tend to tell myself that I do well when I'm under pressure. I know that that's not good, but it's worked for me for 48 years. And so I'm going to stick to it until I see something different. And as Chip talked about, man, I've been through the school of hard knocks. And it's been a rough education. I have a bachelor's degree in messing up. I have a master's degree in not being responsible for my actions. And I got a PhD. Y'all know how long it takes you to get a PhD. I got a PhD in making excuses. So I earned the right. I feel like I earned the right to be able to speak about not letting your past determine your future, which is the title of my chapter in the book. Failure has become my friend. We oftentimes fear failure because we don't understand it. We've allowed society, we've allowed people in our lives to define failure for us. But failure is learning, and it's been my greatest teacher. Wow, it's taken me to places that I don't oftentimes like to talk about, but I know that I have to. I know that everybody has a story, and my story is unique. And so I like to flash people. I keep my clothes on, but I flash them. But I let them see all of my spots, all my spots. I don't try to hide anything. I'm not perfect. I stopped trying to be perfect a long time ago, especially when I realized that it was impossible. All I had to do was be the perfect me. That's all I had to do. And once I learned and realized that things have changed for me, I've been able to meet some great people. And in the Bible, it says your gift will make room for itself, and it'll bring you before great men and women. And my gift has allowed me to meet some phenomenal people. And so with the Mr. Me Too, I earned that too. I've had some struggles. I've did some things. They didn't say how tall I was, but those that know me, I'm a pretty tall drink of water, as they would say down south. I'm 6'7", so I have a huge stature. And so I done stepped in some stuff. And when you 6'7" and you step in stuff, it get real high. So I typically step in knee deep. And if you can do the math and the measurements, 6'7", knee high, I done stepped in some stuff. And so sometimes it's hard to get off. But I figured some things out. And in my journey, I just learned how to be resilient. And typically they tell you the definition of resilience is the ability to bounce back. Well, I'll redefine the definition. And that's what I want people to do as they read this book, not just my chapter, everybody's chapter. I want you to redefine what society or what your failures have given you or have taken from you. Redefine what you want life to mean to you or what you want success to mean to you. And so my definition of resilience now is the ability to bounce forward. I just bounce back. I bounce back to the very thing that knocked me down. And I want my failure, I want my obstacle to know that I paid attention. Kobe, you uppercutted me. I felt it. It hurt, but I learned. I'm going to move out the way next time. I won't take that punch again. I'm good. And that's what I want people to learn to do. And so don't let your past hold you hostage and keep you from the future that's waiting for you. We're all destined for great things. And so you have to let it go and understand that failure is a part of life. And to be successful, you have to fail.
Amen. Man, Jamal, You're amazing, and I just adore you. From the very first time we talked, I know the last time you were on here, we talked about this. So the first time you and I interviewed, just on the phone, Chip said you guys got to connect, and we thought, okay, a few minutes. It was 2 hours,
Right.
2 hours, and then we did a Everyday Leaders 50 and 50. You had come to the event, and then we did a live, and it was another hour, which is just, like, blown off the charts on YouTube, and now you're in this book, and we have just reconnected. You were at my event last year speaking, and, just sharing your story, continuing to refine, like, where I am, what made me pivot again, and you're on Instagram every day at the basketball court, helping people understand you are bouncing that ball. You were continuing to take the shot. You're not gonna give up. And so that resilience, you live it, right? You're not just writing about it, you live it. And so that's why I'm so proud of you because you are really stepping into who you see you wanna be next.
Thank you.
Mhm. Pretty amazing, my friend.
Doing it.
Doing it.
God is good. God is good all the time. Even when we not, he is.
And I live here, so I can come find you. You're in my backyard.
I am.
Chip, I've got a comment here from Jerry Combs. Now, he is another leadership coach. He's part of the John Maxwell team, and he just
Okay.
wanted to send you a message.
That's
He said,
awesome, Jerry.
"Was there a significant emotional event in your life that changed everything for you?"
Ooh, a significant emotional event that changed in my life that changed everything for me. For me, I I just think it was a number of things throughout my life. I was blessed and fortunate to be raised by some great people. I grew up with a single parent mother. My mom was to me was a superhero, right? I grew up with a superhero in my house, right? And I don't want it to be misconstrued. My father was in my life, but we were just in different cities, towns, right? So I want to make sure that give him his due because he was a great guy and tried to do his thing. But a single parent mother in the house, and we know, all the things that go along with that. But just the everyday operations of seeing how she operated and maneuvered, just loved people. Like I'm a fourth generation educator, so I watched her give service. She was the minister of music in our church. So we was in church from can till can't. uh, you know, can we get in the church? Yes. You got to leave. You can't be in here. So we was in church from can till can't, right, all the time. But the reason for that is because she was a minister of music. So when you have things at the church, they have musicians, and so that's the reason. But all of those things made me to the person that I am now. And I like to say that I'm a formula guy. I think we're the sum total of our E plus R plus A. I'll say it again. We're the sum total of our E plus R plus A. And the first is our environments, right? So it wasn't just one thing. It's my environments that I've been blessed to be in. I've been able to learn some things from that. The next E is experiences, right? I've been blessed to have some really neat experiences, to be around some really cool people, to learn some things from. Okay, those are the traits that I want to pick up and take in my life. Then I also seen some bad things as well. Ooh, yeah, I ain't doing that. You know what I'm saying? Then the R is the relationships, and we already hit on that. Our life moves at the speed of our relationships. The reason I'm here, the reason we're here, the reason I know Mel, like the reason we all are connected and know each other is because of relationships.
Amen.
Right? And that's what it's all about. And so, our relationships make us who we are. And then the A is actions, right? Like we can know things and learn things, but if we don't take all the things that we've learned, synthesize it and apply it, then we've wasted our time in our life. And so, been able to do some things to help myself, put myself in the right position to grow. And so, like I said, again, it's been some good things and There's been some not so good things. Man, what are you doing, Chip Baker? Hey, like Wood said, when you say the whole name, you know it's for real. Yeah, man. Like when I say that to myself, you know it's real bad, right? Man, what are you doing, Chip Baker? You know, but to answer the question, to me, it's been a number of things. You know, it's been my E plus R plus A in my life. And so I think I feel great because I think the big man has given me the ability to just be able to, man, just be quiet and listen and watch and pay attention. Like I think he's given me a keen ability to be able to do that because, you know, those y'all know me, like that's been around me. Like I'm not a say a lot kind of guy. You know what I'm saying? I'm a chill, hang out, just check it out, taking on the scene kind of guy, you know? And so that's just who I am. And I've always been that way, but I think I've been fortunate to be able to do that and just take in the knowledge, and I'm on fire in my life right now to give that to as many people that I can give that to. On fire.
On fire. I think we feel it.
Come on, go get it.
Let's
go.
Let's go. Go get it.
Go get it.
Absolutely. Man, I just can't thank you all enough. I know that this is time. Time is our greatest resource, and I really appreciate you all. It's on my heart to celebrate you. I know that it is a journey, and so that's why I'm so passionate about helping you to share your story because you know, you got to get it out. You can't sleep. Once you start writing and once you start realizing that the power of your words, that it validates your heart. And then you say, I gotta tell more people. And, you know, my mentor reminded me one time and said, hey, when you write a book, you reach people that you may have never been able to meet.
Yeah.
And that is the power of, like, if it's in your heart, you know that it's going to be powerful and it's changed your life, then my goodness, that's the power of influence and the impact that you can have with your influence. So, Chip, I am just, Jerry says, thank you very much.
Thank you, Jerry, for being on.
It's awesome. Before I let you guys go, I wanted to share my screen because I know I've got your book here. And so if people want to order it, they can pre-order it now. And so I'd like to just kind of share that real quick, and I'll see how that shuffles you guys over there. So, so you've got a Facebook page, Chip, and I'm just kind of scrolling up here. The impact of influence. I love this. You can go and all of these guys. I just want to give credit here. So all of these connections, if you're watching this on any kind of LinkedIn or YouTube or Facebook, you can connect to all of these guys here that are the authors in the book, right?
Yeah.
And
you won't regret it. Like take some time out, please take some time out to look through these guys. Their social media is all on LinkedIn and, you know, Instagram, Twitter. Like, please go through and follow them and show them some love. And, you know, they all have their, you know, online store sites where you can go pre-order the books from them and get signed copies. I just ask that you would just check them out and show them some love, and you will not be disappointed. I mean, they are amazing men, and I learned so much from them every chance I get to be around one of them.
yes, absolutely. I agree. I'm going to share this other one real quick because it is on my other tab, and I want to make sure here. Yes. So, so this is Chaz. Anyway, when you go here, you can go to each of their sites, and then $24.99. What a deal for a gift to change your life. So I'm just telling you guys, go get it.
Hey, simple. Go get the book.
Go get
multiple copies.
That's right. And be on the launch party, right? So this is a great time. You know, graduation gifts, I think of all the things that you can do, all these people that are graduating that need to have some, you know, encouragement and impact as they start their new jobs, careers, transition, life, wedding gifts, anything, right? These are phenomenal stories. So I encourage you. I want to thank you guys again for coming on Everyday Leaders. and really living your life as an everyday leader and influencing and impacting the world. It's just, you have my heart.
Melanie, thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
We appreciate
Thank
your
you,
support.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Have a great night and good luck on your next interview. I know you guys you're back to back. So
Go get it.
we're at 1, 2, 3.
Go get
Get
it.
it. Boom. Let's go.
Boom.
Let's go. Let's go. Have a great launch, guys. And I'm sure we're going to be following up with you on before March 27th. So thanks a lot. Great luck to you. And everybody, remember, go get the book, Impact of Influence.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mel.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Mel.
Have a great night.
Too.
Bye-bye.